Daal Bhat every day?
The Daal Bhat's delicious. Like it is really good.
It is. It's incredible. Yeah.
Little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kathmandu is very busy and noisy, and we definitely came here to get away from the city.
Different people with different backgrounds. One thing in common, we've all done the Manaslu Circuit Trek.
A very special thing that you can do.
And someone pointed out, like, oh, that's Manaslu out the window, and so everyone rushed up to the roof.
Like, Manaslu is famous because it's such a...
It has like that richness, culture, and then remoteness to it.
Every day is just beautiful.
You feel like every day was better than the next.
Yeah.
Like,
Everywhere is like a family.
Nepalese people are obviously very friendly and very welcoming and very supportive. And
as the clouds moved away, we were able to see mountains on all sides.
we like hiking, like Claude has said, and Pat just said, he's like, why are we doing this here? Like, why don't we go to Nepal and do a trek?
Yeah, there's no tea houses in Australia.
No tea houses, no breaks.
This is a really good trek, I think, for acclimatization, as Sajan has told us. You have a lot of opportunities to go up and down, and yeah, I think it's very manageable.
Ramailo means fun, so it's like, yeah, bombard, Ramailo, so much fun, man. It's rad.
Crazy day with another good one.
Hi, welcome to the first podcast from Magical Nepal. We're 6 people with one thing in common. We've all done the Manaslu Circuit Trek. So we'll be talking about our experiences, things that went right, things that might have gone wrong. So to start off, let's do a round of introductions. You want me to start? Hi, I'm Aditi Sherpa. I'm an artist and an actor. I am currently working with Magical Nepal for videos and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, Mero naam Josh Ho. My name's Josh. I come from Australia, but currently living in Germany, and just completed the Manaslu Trek along with my friends here.
Yeah, Mero naam Claude. Yeah, I live in Australia. We went to school together. I work in IT. Yeah, we all grew up in the Blue Mountains, and we just completed the Manaslu Circuit. Yeah.
Mero naam Jack Ho. My name's Jack. Yeah, just completed Manaslu Circuit with these guys and our wonderful guide, Sajan. And yeah, had a really great time.
Yeah, hey everyone. It's Sajan Tamang. So yeah, I've been guiding since from 7 years, and with Magical Nepal just 2 years.
That's all. Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Sulabh. I work as a operation manager at Magical Nepal, and that's all for now. And I basically love traveling. That's why I guess I'm here, making all the people's experience come. Make it happen. So yeah.
amazing. Different people with different backgrounds and different experiences on the trail as well, probably. We'll find out. You guys are from Australia. Now, you've given us a small window into your life, but what is your life in Australia like? What does it look like?
I mean, it's sort of whatever you want, I guess. Like, yeah, like so we went to school in the Blue Mountains. It was a pretty small-ish school, maybe. I think there was like 120 kids in our school. Me and Josh went to the same university. Jack went to a different university. We all did engineering-related subjects. And yeah, so we all have various hobbies, but we do a lot of bushwalking and camping and stuff, which is obviously very popular in Australia, but Australia does not have very many mountains. Our tallest mountain is just over 2,000 meters, which is Kosciuszko. And so, yeah, we were pretty keen to see some proper mountains, go to the Himalayas. So one of our good friends, who's unfortunately not here, Patrick, he decided to organize a Nepal trip, and all of us were pretty keen. And so, yeah, that's how we got here.
You said that you guys are in IT.
I'm in IT. Jack works in a coal mine, and Josh is also in IT as well.
Yeah, currently.
Is it a very monotonous life there?
Yeah, I think it's very white collar, so you're kind of in the office a lot. You're a bit disconnected from the physical world. It's all digital. So I think trips like this, I find really important to kind of get away from all that and connect with like the real again.
So your friend planned this trip for you,
Yep.
but you guys decided everything like simultaneously together?
Well, with the trip, it's a funny story. So I work with Pat, so he's our friend, high school as well, and we there's this Tibetan restaurant in a town where we live, and we'd go there and we'd eat momos and have masala chai, and we like hiking, like Claude has said, and Pat just said, he's like, why are we doing this here? Like, why don't we go to Nepal and do a trek and eat momos and drink masala chai there? And so that's really where it all started. Yeah.
So it was more so to have an escape from the life, but also explore this culture that you had a small window into.
Yeah, that's right. So it would be, multiple parts to it. There's the cultural aspect, and then even just the hobby of the hiking, which is mutual, and just wanting to travel and sort of spend time together as friends as well. So yeah, it's a really great experience.
Yeah.
What is hiking like in Australia?
It's hot.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, we've done a fair few hikes in the Kosciuszko region, which can be quite cold, especially at night. Australia is sort of unique in that it can be very hot at night and then very hot during the day, very cold at night. And so me and Patrick have even done some camping in the snow, which is fun. But before coming here over the sort of Christmas break, we did a camp in the Blue Mountains where we're from, and that was very hot. I think that was in late November. A lot of flies, a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of bugs. Super sweaty. But yeah, still a good time. So yeah, but very different to here.
Yeah, there's no tea houses in Australia.
No tea houses, no breaks for nothing like that.
You guys have to carry everything yourself, like the food.
Yeah. You kind of have to. You want to try and hike along water, otherwise you're going to have to carry like all your water yourself, and that's awful. So yeah, walking along rivers is pretty important, I would say. And Australia is just, the wildlife is very wild. You know, a lot of creatures. A lot of people think it's very dangerous. It's not that dangerous, but you will see the occasional snake and so on. But just quite wild.
Yeah, there is this huge thing when anyone talks about Australia, they're like, oh, it's full of spiders, snakes, and you'll be eaten by what is it? A coconut crab?
Drop bears.
Koalas. Rabid koala.
They have rabies, no? Like most of them. Oh no, it's chlamydia.
It's a bit of a
It's a
problem.
bit harder to get that one.
Yeah, you're probably safe from that.
Most of the tourists that I meet here, they talk about the spiritual aspect of wanting to come to Nepal, wanting to experience the culture a bit more. Was that a drive for you guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I definitely think the main drive was the mountains and the hike and the adventure. But it was definitely an added bonus to get to explore Nepalese culture. And I think we were pretty excited to see parts of Tibetan culture as well along the trek. And it was very interesting, especially when Suzanne pointed it out to us, and how, as we went through the circuit, there was a pretty sudden shift between trekking through Nepalese villages to trekking through Tibetan areas. So that was really interesting. And I guess an added bonus that I wasn't as expecting as much.
And that is a huge pull in the Manaslu circuit as well.
So basically, what was for you? What was you thought of Nepal before coming here? Was did you had any research done, or you just didn't know anything about Nepal? And then once arriving here, how was it compared to what you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the amount of research done for this was pretty shameful, and it wasn't until the car from the airport that I found out that we were doing Manaslu. For a long time, I thought that we were doing the Annapurna circuit.
Yeah, I had to correct Claude on the way to the airport. Which circuit we were doing.
So thankfully the prep for the Annapurna circuit and Manaslu is relatively similar. So I had all the gear I needed. But yeah, very little research into Nepal, just from what I had known previously. Maybe these guys knew a bit more.
Was the same for you, Josh?
I think because I'd been living in Germany the past year, during my time, I was doing a language course with a Nepalese guy as well. So I had like a little bit of insight into the country. I guess from his perspective, he was also a young guy, so he kind of shared with me some of the political stuff that had happened over the last year and stuff. But no, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it's kind of in between India and then you have kind of Tibet on the other side. So I feel like it's such a mix of cultures. So I didn't have a lot of kind of expectation or knowledge of what to expect of the type of people and type of cultures that I'd experience here.
So now you've done it. So how do you explain it?
Yeah, good question. I think it does feel like a mix, but very distinct. I do think that it feels like a very distinct place. It doesn't feel like, Tibet plus India. I think it's its own thing. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I think the people are incredibly lovely. I think it's a great place to travel. I mean, really, you feel all the experiences we had in the tea houses were amazing. All the people that we've met have been so lovely and nice and helpful, and you feel safe everywhere. So yeah, I think it's been a great travel experience.
There is kind of feels like a family. Every place that you go, everyone's so welcoming. Like even for me, not having too much experience with trekking, then going to Manaslu, it was pretty prompt for me as well. Like I didn't have much planning either when I went, but then once you're there, you would expect that someone from Nepal, they would treat them differently to the foreigners, maybe be more friendly to them. But people just said, no, everyone, it's like a huge family. It's for Sajan as well, I feel like you go on the trail, every trail, you go on the same trail for so long and you meet the same people, you have tea houses. What is it like? What do you want to feel?
It's like they are more friendly with you when you keep on meeting them for several times. So yeah, some of the tea houses that we check them continuously, then we are giving them a business and at the same time. And then so that they treat us like a son or like a brothers, and it feels so happy to be in the same hotel sometimes. So only sometimes we change the hotels because sometimes we have to look after the facilities and other things if the hotel is providing or not. Otherwise, it's everywhere is like a family.
Yeah. Also, sometimes getting offer for the son-in-law as well.
Oh.
Yeah, that's. I think they know all these things.
No, what? You need to tell us more. What is this?
I think our porter, one of the hotels that we stayed at, right? I don't want to expose his crush, but I'll leave it a bit vague. But I think that, let's say there's a place called Seven Sisters, and one of the sisters.
No, it's not me. It's my brother.
Not Sazan. I don't want to.
Sazan.
There's seven sisters.
Seven sisters, family. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my brother, the one sister from Seven Sisters.
Very cute.
So that's also a very good story on the trails.
Yeah, it is. I think Sazan got a lot of jokes from us about the poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the vibe is completely different. Did you guys ever have a chance to go into the place where all the guides and the porters hang out?
Yes, there were a few times, and often they had a fire in there and there wasn't a fire in the dining room. So there was a couple of times where we were trying to sneak in. And yeah, it was always a nice cozy kitchen with a little fireplace going. So yeah, and there was some dancing in one of the tea huts that Suzanne invited us to come along to, which was good fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a little bit of crossover, but it definitely felt like all of the guides seemed to know each other and knew all the hosts and knew all the tea houses, and it was nice that they sort of shared that with us and were welcoming.
It always felt very welcoming and safe and supportive, and everyone was sort of looking out for each other and really making sure that everyone was having a good time on the trek, and felt comfortable. So it's really, really good.
So coming back to the experience, how was like your experience in the roads or the first day of the trek, and then
Driving in, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, driving in was something else. That was a special experience. Suzanne had prepped us on the bus trip, and we knew that the seats would be pretty small and crammed, and it would be a long bus trip. I don't think we were prepared for the music. That was pretty full on, and that was tough to get through. But I think by the end of the trip, we sort of came to appreciate Nepalese music a little bit more. But yeah, the bus was definitely one of the toughest parts of the trip, I think. So yeah, it was good to get on the trek for sure.
So how was the cultural thing, like with the, let's say, the infrastructure that you have in the Australia is like, it's not similar here, and then with all the tea houses or like facilities that you're getting on the trails as well. So how do you see that look? Because you also done hikes in the back home. So
I would say that with the tea houses, it makes it very accessible for the hike, because like we were talking about before, if you're hiking in Australia, you have to carry all your food and sometimes a lot of water as well. But having the tea houses at the end of each day and for lunch as well really makes it quite easy, because dinner's already organised for by your guide, and if you need extra food or if you need extra water, there's always places to stop and get that. So it makes it really accessible to see such a beautiful landscape. So Daal Bhat is definitely very...
Daal Bhat every day?
we came out pretty strong with the Daal Bhat. We tried to... How many days did we last? I think you guys lasted a little bit longer than me.
3 or 4 maybe?
3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days
Daal
of Daal Bhat every sort of meal. But the Daal Bhat's delicious. Like it is really good. But the thing about the tea houses is that they do offer different foods as well. So even though Daal Bhat is delicious, if you do want to try something else, there are other options as well. So it does make it quite accessible and enjoyable. So it's definitely.
Yeah. Did you try anything strange up there from the menu?
Well, there's one I had which I thought was really cool. It was a Snickers bar in a spring roll.
I was going to say that. That's the weirdest thing I've seen on the menu. It's like a Snickers spring roll.
That's right, and fried. I thought it was great. It was good. I think it was at maybe Deng after a sort of a long day of hiking, and it was a bit cold, and so I thought, for dessert, a nice hot deep fried spring roll Snickers would be good, and it sort of hit the spot. So yeah, it's definitely interesting.
I wouldn't say a cultural shock, but then according to nature, you said the highest mountain that you have in Australia is 2,000 meters?
A little over 2,000,
2,200 maybe.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing an actual mountain for the first time?
Unreal. Yeah, I think, snow-capped mountains are like a special sight, and I think it was on the first, well, actually when we arrived at the bus, we could see them in the distance. And as we were walking along, we were seeing these snow-capped mountains everywhere. And by the end of the trip, you realize that the ones that you saw on the first 2 days are just nothing in comparison. But yeah, it's something else. It's one of feels like the biggest things in life that you see. It's amazing standing underneath them and seeing them just surrounded on all sides. It's incredible. Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like since we live in Kathmandu is also a pretty hilly region. Saying, whenever I meet someone like maybe from Texas, and then you they come into Kathmandu. Is that a mountain? Yeah. I feel like you get kind of used to it, being around it all the time.
Not for us. Yeah, not on the.
Yeah. Probably Sajan is.
Yeah.
Every time I'm surrounded by the mountains, even from my childhood. So yeah.
I'm like the पाहाडहरु हेरे जस्तै तपाईलाई त हिमाल बानी परिसक्यो होला हैन? You're probably used to the mountains.
Oh, you mean when you're in trekking, and then yeah. So yeah, every season's every year I do almost 14-15 treks. So it means you are always in the mountains. So yeah, pretty used to it. Pretty.
Does it ever get boring?
Yeah, it's sometimes when you are doing the same trek repeatedly and same place, then it feels like you are having potato every day. So, but Yeah, but if you change and change the, so every day it's like
Probably different according to the people who are coming with you as well, no? It depends on the people. तपाईं जोसँग गइराख्नु छ पनि कतिको मजा आउँछ आउँदैन.
yeah, sometimes it depends on the guests also, yeah. And so yeah, first thing is like if the guest is like the mountains lover and the nature lovers, hike lovers, so it's like always like you feel really better with them. But yeah, if someone who just came just to see the mountains but know nothing about the trails, nothing about the tea houses, who don't do any kind of research, so for them it's a little bit hard.
You guys came to see the mountains, obviously, but then did it ever feel like a race that you needed to rush through the trail, or did you take your time with it? What was it like?
Yeah, it didn't feel like a race. And certainly I was stopping to take lots of photos. And I think a lot of us were pretty cautious. We'd heard a lot of stories about acclimatization and altitude sickness, so I think we were all pretty cautious not to overextend ourselves. And even though we had a pretty fit group and there were some of us who were powering on, it didn't feel too competitive. And yeah, we just sort of took our time. And yeah, it never felt like anyone was too far behind. So yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think me naturally, if I'm behind, I want to try and catch up, but you really have to turn that part of your brain off during this trek because it'll punish you big time. So yeah, you have to go at your own pace. And yeah, the altitude affects everyone differently. I think our group overall was pretty good with the altitude for the most part. I think we only had one person who ended up needing to take some altitude medication, but this is a really good trek, I think, for acclimatization. As Sajan has told us, it is, you have a lot of opportunities to go up and down, and yeah, I think it's very manageable.
And it's very gradual in the altitude profile as well.
Yeah. Only one day, I think it's 900 meter elevation gain, and otherwise.
From Samdo to Dharmashala?
No, from Namrung to Shala.
Yeah.
You gain, like, you start from 2,600 and you finish at like 3,500 meters.
I think that was a
little bit like
the first day that we felt it, and
a little bit altitude.
And I think some of us had a pretty light sleep that night, but then the next day was a acclimatization day, right? And after that, most of us were sleeping fine.
Yeah.
So it was really just that one night that was tricky, and then after that there wasn't too many issues.
I wanted to ask you guys this more so for myself, but how was the first 3 days of straight uphill for you guys?
It was not that bad, I think. Yeah, like I think we're sort of used to that from Australia. We've done some uphill hikes before, and we came here expecting uphills. Like, this is the Himalayas, so we were expecting to be climbing up. So those first 2 days, especially along the roads, felt pretty gradual. And I think, well, Suzanne said every day was an easy day, but I think those first 3 days were one of the easier days of all of the easy days. So yeah.
So how do you compare it? Like, you also hiked it in the Australia, right? So how do you compare it in terms of, like, what was your experience going through the trails on this high altitude or high elevation?
Yeah, I think hiking at higher altitude is definitely a new experience for all of us. You know, I think you learn to manage your breath and be really aware of keeping a consistent rhythm. Because if you stop that, I found that if I wasn't really looking after my breath, then you suddenly just end up gasping. You know, so you want to kind of keep a pattern, slow down a bit. Your steps become a bit shorter. I think the first few days they are a bit of a slog. They are long days. They're not hard, not necessarily the hardest days, but they are long days. You have to cover a lot of distance. Suspension bridges were also new. I'm not the best with heights, so that was an interesting experience. But they're pretty cool as well, and you get used to it. There's so many.
How's it for Jack? How's the suspension bridge experience that you had?
Yeah, like I enjoyed it. I think the longest one was 200 meters, Sasha?
220, I think.
220. Yeah, I thought the suspension bridges were a lot of fun, and with the mules coming across them as well, like Yeah, I mean, for me, like with the engineering background, I always double check though. Like when I go across, I just have a quick little look at the support. I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks okay before I go across. But it's a lot of fun, and yeah. But with the trails, I think they're all pretty well maintained. And so the first few days on the roads, they're longer days, but it's pretty easy going. You just get into your rhythm. And like Josh said, with the altitude, you just slow it down and you just focus on your breathing and in your body. But we're really fortunate with Sajan as our guide and our group. It was a really good group. Everyone was looking out for each other and we just moved steadily together, and that's what got us all over the pass. So,
yeah, one of the best things I think, or something that I think we all really appreciated, everyone in the group at different stages, was, it doesn't matter how slow you're walking, it doesn't matter if the rest of the group's gone up ahead, you have some guides with you who are keeping you company, joking with you, offering to help carry your pack if you need that. Like, they're always going to be there for you, so that no one's left behind. And I think that's kind of really important, because I think everyone kind of goes through their own struggle at some point during the trek.
Oh yeah, for me it was day one. Did you guys do the from Matsakala to Zagat on the first walking day? Did you guys do the thing where you walk alongside the cliff, in a little walkway?
It's sort of blending together, because I feel like we did a lot of walking along.
Yeah, just before, I think that's on the day
Two.
two.
You mean the cliff?
Yeah, so it's like the cantilever bridge. I think you're talking about that.
Yeah, probably.
Cantilever, yeah, when you're walking along.
Yeah, first.
Yes.
There were a few holes in that one. But
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
fine.
because there was like, that's from the stone that's falling there. So it's
Sure,
like,
yeah. But I think Sadan put his foot through and it was still fine. So as a joke.
You guys did not take like a jeep from Matsakala to Zagat, no?
No, we did the walk. I think it's good that you can take the jeep as an option, but I think it's good to do the walk. It's good. You got to get into the rhythm of walking.
Like Manaslu is famous because it's such a like a restricted zone
it's
as
like
well.
most like remote. It has like that richness, culture, and then remoteness to it. So I think like once you start from the day one, it is completely different. And then once you go on, I don't know how you felt it, but for me, I've done it. So I was like, first day walk Machakola to Jagat, it's like very easy. General day, you'll see some villages, but as you go on from day two onward, it's like a bit different than what you'll see on the first day. And that goes by, I think for me, that is, for like, let's say till Vimtang, it's like every day you're seeing something new. And then there's like something new that you'll be seeing on the trails, and then with the vegetation, and then with all the like the people as well. I don't know how was your experience?
I feel like very lucky to get to do this Manaslu trail right now, because when we went there in November 2024, they were just like making the roads from Jagat onwards. And the whole charm, I believe, of Manaslu is that it's quiet, and then you don't see cars. You're like in nature. You get to walk everywhere. And even your food gets up there on mules. So I feel like if there is any time to do the Manaslu circuit, it's like right now, before people build roads up there.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen this happen in so many trails in Nepal, where once there's access to, with vehicles, it kind of loses the natural aspect of it. The drive, the main thing that brings people there. If you can drive up till there, then why would you walk?
I think that was a massive reason that we wanted to do this one. This one was chosen was because it was a little less trafficked, a little less accessible. That's something that really appealed to us. Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like it was pretty easy for you guys, the whole thing.
So let's say first 3 days are easy for you. Which one do you think that was like the hardest day for you, like physically, or let's say mentally? Which one was the hardest day?
Yeah, it's interesting, because I think the hardest days were the days where there were external factors, not necessarily the trip. So I had 2 days where I had a pretty upset stomach, and they were certainly the hardest days for me. It's difficult to say how I would have fared on those days if I didn't have an upset stomach. Outside of that, certainly it was tough, but not insurmountable. I know that Jack was struggling though, because he had a bit of a sore knee, still does actually. So we all sort of had different challenges as our bodies failed us or didn't. But yeah, it wasn't so much a particular day was harder than others. It was more just how we were faring on that particular day.
Say throughout the hike, you do want to gear yourself up for the day of the pass, because obviously you start quite early. You get into Dharamsala, which is the most remote sort of village or town, and so you have to gear yourself up mentally and physically for that. Make sure that you've got enough sort of supplies and that your gear's all clean and ready, because it's an early start. I think, was it 3 a.m. we woke up on a bit early before?
Yeah, and then we started at 4, I think.
Yeah.
4 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, so that's an early start. That's a big day going up the pass. So sort of the first few days, you sort of take your time easing into it, getting used to your pack, getting used to the weight, getting used to your gear, getting used to the group. But I'd say definitely sort of gear yourself up psychologically for that day of the pass. It's definitely achievable, and with a great guide and support of the group, you can do it. But yeah, definitely make sure you've got that on the horizon that day of the pass.
During the pass, when you reach the peak?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty emotional reaching the peak, actually. I think, because that's always the goal when you start it, that's the point that you're all aiming for. So, yeah, so happy, you just feel ecstatic, even though you been climbing all morning, and it's really, the air is short. Suddenly once you stop, it's like, oh, it's actually fine now. You're happy. Yeah, you feel like a real sense of accomplishment. Yeah, it was great.
So do you think that doing Manaslu, before that Manaslu, after doing Manaslu, that it has changed you in a bit? Let's say, because every day you go through, and then there's some days where you have just you, nature, and then you're not connected to the internet. So did you felt that after doing Manaslu, there's some changes with you in any aspect?
I think the biggest change is I want to see more mountain ranges of the world. That's probably the biggest one, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
Basically, it's more your inner way of let's say, I think this was the thing. It helped me change in a way. I have something like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an accomplishment. I think that if you're someone who wants to achieve some sort of goal of fitness or in terms of hiking, then Manaslu is definitely a good one, because of the remoteness and because of the elevation, 5,106 meters, it's definitely an accomplishment, and you feel that sort of sense of pride, but also humility of knowing that, you need people to help you get there, and the sort of friendliness of the people in the tea houses and everyone in your group. But definitely it's an accomplishment, I'd say. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for me, definitely it makes you aware of your resiliency or lack of resiliency. It's a good way to build your resilience. I think it has made me more resilient. So definitely I would say that's an inner change. Yeah, it has its hard moments, but I think it's so rewarding. And everyone should try to put themselves in that position, because you'll learn a lot about yourself.
It really gives you a different perspective. When you're in front of this huge mountain, you realize just how small you are. And I don't know, for me, it made me feel so stupid that I was worrying about so many things in life when I'm just a speck, Yeah, I got a little philosophical there for a moment, just staring into the mountain. After the third day, because I finally got to chill for a bit. Oh, did you guys stay in Bhimthang? Once you dropped down from the pass, did you guys get to see the flowers and stuff like that?
Flowers.
Yeah.
Little bit.
A little bit, I think, because it's still early spring, right? So we the further we went down, the more we kind of saw. But we did see some beautiful rhododendrons.
There's a part in the trail where you kind of reach close to the river, but there isn't a visual trail. You're just kind of walking on rocks. After Bhimthang, on the way to
Goa.
Just rocks.
It just felt like a completely different landscape.
Maybe that's where they're building the road. Could that be that?
Okay. That part, yeah.
Oh yeah, coming down from the pass, the change in the environment is very apparent. You come down off the pass and it's all the snow, and you're up in the peaks of the mountains, and then you're coming down into Bhimthang, and it's a bit more how do you say, tundra type, little shrubs, and then you get past Bhimthang and you start seeing more of the springtime. I remember we got into maybe Goa, there was a little wheat farm, and obviously in spring it's just sort of sprouting and the really vibrant green. So yeah, coming down, like you just see how remote it is up high. Like it's a different world, and then there's different layers. When you come back down to civilization, it's definitely.
So what do you think about the Punyan Gompa? Did you guys went?
Oh yeah, Punyan Gompa was excellent.
So for me, it is like it's completely different than what you like see on the other part. For you guys, how was Punyan Gompa?
I think it was interesting because we had some interesting weather during the trek. So I think Punyan Gompa normally is green, right? It's like this field. So for us, it was white. We had snow, big snow. So that was actually really cool though, because you're kind of up in the snow, surrounded by the mountains, and there's like a little monastery in the rocks. It was really like, I think that was the first day where you really felt like, okay, I'm in the mountains now. I'm up high, you know. But yeah, I think we got some interesting weather, which led to some unique maybe experiences.
For me, because Punyan Gompa, it was like completely different part where I was like going, because you go up on a very steep incline. Once you complete it, it's like a gradual grassland. Then there's like horses, just grazing around, and there's like very small rivers that is going through, and then you have a Punyan Gompa in the end, which is like below the mountains, the Manaslu itself, and that view, it was incredible when I was there. It was on August, it's a monsoon period, but it was like one of the nicest view. But comparing it to what you saw, I think that will also look great.
Yeah, it was really cool in the snow. I think I really enjoyed that.
Did you guys also pass by the school after the Punyan Gompa?
While going to Samagaon, yeah, there was a school, but it wasn't it was off day when we reached there.
I think I saw some kids playing around maybe.
Yeah,
It was after school time maybe.
Samagon,
It's like when we are like going from Shala to Samagaon, so there was one like plain land.
I do remember that.
And just a school in the middle of it. And when we went there, the kids were like studying and dancing, and there was a cafe, like a pop-up cafe there. Like, strange.
I was impressed by the espresso machines, like proper coffee machines up so high. Like in Australia, we have a lot of like coffee culture, you know, the flat whites and stuff. But they have the machines up there. Like I don't know if they go up on mules, like carry them up. But
everything. They had a pool house in Samagaon.
Crazy.
Did you guys get to visit it?
I don't think we saw the pool house.
We walked past the pool house. I remember walking past, seeing the sign. We were in the Manaslu Hotel, I think.
Just near to that, but I think it was, they didn't go there because it was about to snow. And it was like weather was getting a little bit bad on that day, so that like everyone is like rushing to the hotels. Rushing to the fire, That's why, yeah. But this time I feel they were quite like lucky with the view. So usually we see the like snow-capped mountains after we reach the Shala are like low. So then those are the places from where we can see the Mount Manaslu and some other mountains. So on the same day when we reached Shala, so in the evening time, so the weather was open. Before that, like it was like just raining and raining and raining every time, raining and snowing every time. But when we reached there and the evening time, just rooftop view, everyone enjoying the view, and then suddenly like everything opened up. And next day, like fresh snow-capped mountains, crazy view.
The sunrise.
How do you explain that day, that particular day, and that particular moment?
It was funny on the way up, and that was quite steep. And I remember the assistant guide Suraj showed me a photo on his phone. He's like, "This is what you would see if there were no clouds." And I thought, "Oh, that's great!" Like, and it was this beautiful picture of Manaslu, and obviously we couldn't see anything because it was completely covered by cloud cover. So we got there and we were all just hanging out in the dining room, and I don't think we noticed for a while, and then someone pointed out like, "Oh, that's Manaslu out the window," and so everyone rushed up to the roof, and there was just this incredible view. And then as the clouds moved away, we were able to see mountains on all sides, which was just incredible. So we all decided waking up crack of dawn for the sunrise because we wanted to see it, and of course it was even better in the morning when all the clouds had left. It was just incredible. It was like the first moment when you really felt like you were in the Himalayas. So.
Absolutely. Like it's like you're in the morning of the sunrise with the mountains. You're like, okay, this is it. You know, this is what's in the movies or something. And then you take a photo of it. And it's like, oh wow, it's special.
Basically, like Shala is a place where it's like one of the best view that you got, or there's like some other points you was like, oh no, this was.
I think Shala was like the first one where we really experienced, you know, what we came here for in a way. You know, like that was like made it all worthwhile. For me, like the hike to Shala was probably the hardest day, so it was really rewarding to just have the clouds part and then suddenly you see it all. And then from there, the views are just always, every day is just beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like every day was better than the next.
Once you pass Shala, like you just take a photo and it's like, oh, that's a great photo. Oh, then you take another one. It's like, oh, it's pretty good too. Like it's just awesome landscapes everywhere you look.
Everything is so picturesque. This is kind of more for me than for you guys, but did you guys pee anywhere while doing the pass?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere.
That was such a strange experience for me because it's like so open, but it's also not. And there's people behind rocks and stuff. And then you're walking and then you hear a sound and we'll turn back and there's like 3 people in a line peeing up there. I was like, I found a really private spot. I thought it was pretty private. And then I hear like bells in the distance, you know? And I can see like one mule coming in. You know, like, oh, that's strange. And then just a horde of mules started coming my way. And that's the fastest I've ever took my hands. So pretty surreal.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment in your head that you still feel like this is a moment that felt so surreal for me?
I think for me, the most surreal part was after the pass, coming down the other side, because you've gotten to the tallest point, you've got the photo, you've celebrated, and then you're just coming down the other pass. And I got this photo of a couple other members from the group just ahead, and you just see the path gently sort of go down through the mountains, and you're like, wow, like I was on top of this pass, and now I'm heading down. And so for me, that was probably the most surreal moment of like, oh yeah, cool, like you did it.
What's for you, Cloud?
Probably that the first time seeing Mount Manaslu, I think, was probably the most surreal. It definitely looks bigger than the other mountains, and yeah, definitely felt like, wow, this is what we're here for.
The magical on the fall, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was what did for you, Josh?
Yeah, I do agree. With the opening up of the clouds, that was just a really magical moment. What are the surreal ones? Yeah, maybe the first few times seeing all the donkeys, like realizing that like this is how it all happens in this region. You know, this is the transport, and just I guess a few times, like even doing Lake Pass, for example. You know, we're all here. And it's such a struggle for us. And then I'm just thinking, oh, but this is how the locals do this as well. For them, this is their life. And for us, it's like such an achievement. But it kind of puts it in perspective. Like these people are just incredible. Like, you know, they're coming here, they're coming over the pass, probably the harder way, the other way that we did it, to man these hotels and tea houses. So yeah, keeping that in mind was always a bit humbling. But crazy.
Definitely surreal. Walking through with our walking sticks, our big packs and stuff, and just going through these villages where people are just living their lives, looking after their goats, their farms, people going to school. That was definitely unique and not something that we've done in Australia. National parks are just national parks. There's nothing else there. And so, yeah, you definitely felt like a tourist in those moments. And it's like, wow, this is this huge achievement for us. And this is just a Tuesday for them. So that was surreal.
So how do you like compare the culture and then people that was like for the first day or like generally in Kathmandu, and then comparing it to the places like let's say Manaslu, in villages of Manaslu like Lu, Namrung, and then the lower section like Jagat and Deng?
I feel like the most obvious was the all of the buildings and shrines and stuff. Maybe it's a bit harder to say for the people because we were only really interacting with the tea house owners and stuff. Maybe the music was a little bit different, I guess, but yeah, did you guys notice anything else?
I mean, I think you start to see more and more of the Tibetan influence as you go along with the money walls and the prayer, the shrines and everything. And yeah, certainly the architecture changes a lot, and I think that's really interesting and amazing to see. And I think the people do change a bit as well. You know, how they dress, you know, how they appear, in all sorts of ways. The animals change as well. You know, further up you go, more yaks. You know, they have to survive the cold. Saw a lot of mountain goats as well, and of course the donkeys or mules.
Did you run into the birds, the strange ones that go like, wake up, wake up?
I'm not sure. We saw lots of eagles in the sky. You'd see eagles day after day just sort of floating up there, which was really quite special. But yeah, the yaks were quite amazing too. But with the people, like the Nepalese people, obviously very friendly and very welcoming and very supportive. And I think the thing that I noticed the most as we got higher was the maybe slight shift in the spirituality of the people, going into the more Tibetan influence regions like Samagon and Samdo, definitely more sort of a Tibetan influence, and really just, yeah, beautiful people all the way. Yeah, really awesome culture.
So was there a moment for you guys where like walking and then there's like a yak that comes out of sudden on the trail?
we did get a couple yaks. There's a couple good photos of yaks, just like you'll be walking and they're just this huge animal and it's just drinking from the river. And the mules as well coming the other way. And
they can be a bit stubborn, can't they?
Oh, the mules,
sometimes they don't want to move.
The mules, yeah. So Jan was really good. He told us that when the mules are coming, you always go on the wall side.
Yeah.
And because you have to, because I think there was one time one of the mules, I don't know, maybe he didn't like the look of me. So he brushed up against me a little bit. You just got to like hold on, and then he goes.
I think the mules want to be on the wall side as well. So everyone's trying to stay on the wall side.
Well, yeah, we were in the middle of the suspension bridge, and then 20 mules come and just bang, bang, bang.
Well, that was the longest one.
That was tough.
One.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, the first time you see the mules, you stop and take photos, and then by day 3 or 4, you realize, they're coming every 20 minutes. Like, this is just...
And then you have to wait for like 5 to 10 minutes.
The mules are coming again.
And it's almost like a train where continues for 30 minutes sometimes. I don't know if you guys were standing that long, but
sometimes a while,
Yeah.
What did you feel like was like the strangest thing you encountered in your trip?
Strangest thing.
I thought I was hallucinating, right? But then I walk up and there's a techno tea house in the middle of the pass. Did you guys run into that place?
We saw a building for a tea house. I think maybe it was that one.
Yeah. But now they're not running it actually. It's closed now.
Yeah, that was the strangest thing that I saw in a techno team. They were playing like full-on techno.
I think we did Awaken at 3 a.m.
There was
Dharamsala too.
Some party music for sure on LEDs at Dharamsala, which certainly helped wake you up at 3 a.m. in the morning. We had set an alarm. We were very diligent and had a 2:55 a.m. alarm. We wanted to be ready in time, and so we were up, and then 3 a.m. techno music and party music starts going. I was like, we didn't need an alarm. Everyone else here is waking up at 3. We're all here to do the pass, and so we were in there eating our apple pancakes at 3:30 a.m. with LED lights going off and techno music going off. So that was certainly a unique way of starting the day.
You start early as well. How do you explain Dharamsala? Like the day of Dharamsala, how do you explain it?
Dharamsala is the frontier. It's the last stop. The tea house we're in was actually quite nice, quite warm. It felt like it actually had a bit of insulation and blankets, so that was nice.
Thank you to Sazan for getting us the best room in Dharamsala.
He got us a really good room in Dharamsala, but there's a lot of so there's more stone buildings. It's more simple. For me, it's just eye-opening because you're just there, and people are tired. The mules are tired, and you're just there, and you're looking, at the pass and you're like, okay, tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
you know,
That's where
so
we're going.
you're just trying to gear yourself up, just really get in the zone for it. But yeah, really special place.
Yeah, it was very different to any of the other tea houses. I think one of the best parts about the trek was the time in the evenings in the dining rooms, just hanging out, drying your socks at the fire. But Dharamsala was very different. It was very much more of a business vibe. Like, you're here to do the pass. That's it. So everything was much more bare bones. Even the food was more bare bones. So yeah, we got there and there wasn't a huge amount of hanging out. I think some of us did a little small bushwalk up one of the hills nearby, and then just straight to bed at I think 7:30, ready for the next day. So yeah, it was very, very different to the other tea houses.
Dharamshala, actually, in Buddhist culture, it's like a place that people make for the public, like somewhere that they can come and meditate, you know, like a shelter for someone who doesn't have shelter at the time. And I heard that there actually were 2 dharmashalas there. So you might have seen these around Kathmandu, but then we call it falta. Like, it's like this wooden structure in the middle of the road where you see people like sitting, like and talking, stuff like that, just a tiny shelter in the side of the road. So apparently there used to be 2 dharmashalas there, like a long building type structure where people can rest for the night and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just find it so powerful that now that dharmashala that used to be there for people who want to meditate and sitting and practice their religion or just have shelter is now the starting point to a huge achievement like the past.
So in this, I think Dharmasala is like what he said, like people used to stay. So people, I don't know if you figured it out, like Sajan told you or not. So most of the groceries that comes to Samagaon and Samdo, they comes from Tibet, because they are like the local people. They have their own special permit that they can go in and then they get their groceries, because it takes them 1 day to bring the groceries from Tibet side compared to what it's like from the lower section. That it'll take you like more than 2 or 3 days. So people before used to like travel through the pass, go into Tibet and then bring back the stuff. So it is from the people like Bimtang and then other lower places, people used to travel that way. So that's how like Dharmasala used to be there. Now it's like people get a lot of things with the mules, and then it's there's road construction. So now it's a bit less, but that was which it used to be used for by the local like the indigenous people of that region.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just again, it just shows like for us, you know, this is we're struggling, or like, you know, it's such a big thing, and then it just shows, you know, this for some people, this is just how they live. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just incredible.
I feel like Dharmashala is like the one place that maybe even travelers who do their research a lot, like kind of underprepare for, because you get so comfortable with all the villages because you have all the facilities. Samagaon has a pool house, and then Samdo is still a pretty Kyeonsan village with facilities, and then you go to Dharmashala and it is just like a stop before your pass. You know, there are chances during peak tourist seasons that you won't even get a room, like you had to sleep in a tent. You know, so I feel like that's something that people kind of underprepare for. Did you guys ever feel like you underprepared for any aspects of the trip?
Yeah, definitely some parts of it. I think I would have tried to pack a little lighter next time. But yeah, it's difficult to think about what I would have done differently.
I think, I definitely packed probably similar to you. You said 15 kilo bag. I think I had 15 or more maybe. And I had to kind of make some emergency deposits at some villages because it was just ridiculous. I'm an overpacker though. And I think, Dharamsala is hard because up to that point you kind of get used to really nice tea houses. And then suddenly you're like, okay, it's just, so I think maybe for us though, like, you know, being more bare bones is not the end of the world. Like, that's fine. We're happy. Like, you know, we've slept in cold cabins before. But yeah, I think you've got to keep in mind that the night before the hardest day or the biggest day is going to be very simple. So I think that's something good maybe to keep in mind. But certainly next time I would pack lighter, bring any kind of medication that you think you might need just in case. It's also good. Kathmandu is like a great place to prepare like last minute for the trek. You have shops where you can buy kind of any gear that you need, pharmacies everywhere. I'd say bring snacks as well. It's very helpful to have something, and you can buy Snickers all along the trek as well, which is very helpful. Yeah, that's kind of some things that I think I would give as advice.
Overall, if all three of you, like one by one, could describe your full experience with the Manaslu Circuit in one word.
One word's hard. One word's really hard.
Two.
I mean, two's hard as well. Like, I mean, the only words that are coming to my mind are I guess, silly words like epic or awesome or something. But I don't know. Like, it's incredible. Yeah.
I'd say amazing.
Yeah.
And for 2 words, absolutely amazing.
Bang. Very nice. Yeah, rewarding, I think, just rewarding.
So also, I know that you guys were not able to reach the base camp, Manaslu base camp. You guys were around half point or more than that. So how was that experience for you? Because it's someone like for the climbers, that's like generally the same route or almost same elevation or steep uphill that they will go through. How's
Base camp was a really great day. It definitely was one of the days where you noticed your lack of breath, and you had to take those stairs slower. But speaking of animals, it was the first day where we saw heaps of yaks, and we actually sort of got stuck behind a group of yaks that were also heading up, and that was amazing. So we all stopped to take photos of yaks with these incredible mountains in the background, and one photo I got with the lake and then the mountain. So it was a really awesome day, and maybe had some of the best views, I would say, but it's difficult to say. So it was a hard day for sure. I was definitely disappointed we weren't able to get to the base camp, because it would have been great to say, been to Manaslu base camp. But at the same time, I was pretty happy to turn around and go back down, because it was a tough day, but beautiful.
Yeah, I think there's that acclimatization day. That trek is fantastic. The views over Barindra. I think Barindra Lake, it's beautiful, and I would say those sort of days are really important to help you do the pass. They are tough in their own way. You're going to be climbing up a lot and going back down. They are long days, and you kind of feel like, I just want to take a rest. But if you can do them, I really would suggest everyone you should do it, because it's going to help you in the long run massively.
It was really noticeable with sleep as well.
Absolutely.
After the climate, I think that was the biggest thing. You would do all this hiking up, and then you just notice how much better you slept. So acclimatization days were very important.
Yeah, but like some of us who were doing amazing the first 3, 4, 5 days, like had an extremely hard time once we crossed like Samdo, once we started walking towards Dharmashala, and during the pass as well. And it was really harped on, that you have to do the acclimatization days, you have to do Pungyan Gumba, you have to do the base camp, or it's going to be difficult for you. And it did make it so much easier for so many of our people. But then the reason why I'm saying this, because it's genetic. I didn't have any issues at all, and so I didn't do the acclimatization thing either. And I was like, oh my god, maybe my surname does have some weight to it. Sherpa. Yeah. But Manaslu is very rewarding. Not just from a Kiwanza trekking company standpoint, but then as someone who got to experience the trail as well, I feel like it did change me as a person. I feel like I've stopped worrying about stuff too much, though, really put things into perspective. Yeah. Do you guys think you would come back to do another trek in Nepal?
Definitely. I would love to. I'm not sure which one I would do, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and only with Magical Nepal.
Yeah, we'll be with Magical Nepal, absolutely. And we'll be asking for Sijan as well. So
we had
I
a
think-
fantastic experience with.
I feel
Both the
like they are
company.
made for peaks. Yeah.
Peaks?
Or like
Peaks,
more
yeah.
higher than this one. Because like the whole trek they have been carrying like almost everyone like 14 kilograms, like 14, 13. They are carrying their bags by their own, and it's their first time in a higher altitude. So higher altitude, when you are in the higher altitude for the first time, so it's always the weird feelings that you will get, and then which makes you like more panic. So like for the first 3 days, as you said, like it's hard for all people, but they did it very easily because they have like a lot of endurance and like a lot of strength. So I feel that like for them those are the easiest day, but the altitude was a little bit hard because they were facing that for the first time.
Do you think they're ready for Everest?
Yeah.
Not the summer,
K2.
easy day.
Very easy day.
Easy day.
Yeah.
So after the trek, have you like felt that it somehow have changed you? Like before you came here, you were someone different, and then now you're leaving after the trek. So it made you some way, like in a way that you feel it differently.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be a bit more difficult to go back to a 9-to-5 life now?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think as I said earlier, definitely more resilient, and it's always rewarding to set yourself a challenge and then do it, and then to show yourself what you're capable of. I think that kind of changes you and gives you more confidence in yourself. And yeah, as you mentioned, you realize that some things that you maybe thought were important maybe aren't as important, and you don't have to worry about as much. And you can make peace with some things in your life, having that distance from everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all of us have quite a strong appreciation for nature, and we like spending time in the bush. And I think it's sort of similar to like when you haven't been camping for a while, you really appreciate it. So this was a similar feeling to just getting away from life and spending time in nature, but amplified a lot. This is the longest trek that I've ever done. I think the longest before this was maybe 3 nights. And so yeah, it was very different. It was much bigger in more than one way than anything I've ever done before. So yeah, special.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I'll remember for my whole life. I think it's a really special experience, and if you have friends that want to go with, then it's definitely a very special thing that you can do. On what Josh said about sort of resilience and sort of getting through, absolutely. And then from what Claude says about getting away, and the beauty of Manaslu is how it is quite remote. It's a really beautiful part of the world, beautiful people, and yeah, definitely something I'll remember.
I feel like it resensitized me, in a way, like with all the media that we consume. I remember in the Jeep, we were like listening to music, and I was like, this music has never sounded so good. I haven't listened to music in like 13 days, and I'll like listen to it again. It's like, wow, this is so like vivid, because I think it's really good to just get away from things for a bit. Yeah.
Manaslu is that. It felt like that for me as well. Detox from people, if you choose to not use the internet either, I feel like it is a life-changing experience, Manaslu, when you actually go there.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
So how do you like rate your experience, not just like with Magical Nepal, but like in terms of Nepal as in like destination, or like say the vacation time where you like being on the mountains, and then there's like places like Kathmandu and then Pokhara. I was like, how do you see in that way?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to give a number, it's definitely a 10. Like, it was everything I hoped for. Certainly the highlight was the trek. I think we enjoyed Kathmandu, but Kathmandu is very busy and noisy, and we definitely came here to get away from the city and get away from that. So the trek was definitely the most amazing part, in seeing the mountains, and that was certainly just as incredible as you could have imagined. And more so for me. So yeah, it was an incredible trip, and I hope to be back.
Oh yeah, like it's just an incredible experience, and I'd highly recommend people travel to Nepal. The people are beautiful, landscape's beautiful, and yeah, really, really excellent experience.
Yeah, and yeah, I would mirror everything they said, echo everything they said, and also like you guys in particular, I think have also really done a lot to shape our experiences. You've made things easy from the airport, from the moment you land. It's all kind of taken care of to an extent, and you know, yeah, from the airport pickup, Sazan organizing everything behind the scenes for us, and even obviously we had some weather changes on the trek, and everything was just handled. And so I think it's a really easy place to travel, especially when you go through Magical Nepal. But yeah, everything is catered for, and I think the services here are just really fantastic. I would definitely recommend it as a travel destination.
We had like a small rapid fire round prepped, but I feel like we kind of got the answers for like half of these already. But are you guys still up for it?
Absolutely.
Do
Okay.
Let's go.
It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Simple, good.
So mountains or beaches?
Oh, damn.
That's hard as an Australian.
It's hard. I think
I've been asked this question before. I won't answer.
I think mountains to see, but I think I'm a beach to live guy. I need water nearby.
Yeah, I think for me, like where we're from is a place called the Blue Mountains. So I think I'll side with the mountains because, you know.
I couldn't live without either of them.
You need to be the tiebreaker.
No.
He's reinforcing the tie.
Yeah, both beautiful.
Watching the sunrise or sleeping in?
Sunrise.
Yeah, you're there for a reason. You know, just got to wake up early.
Yeah.
Okay, freezing shower in the mountain or not showering at all?
I think that's a tricky one because once you get to the higher altitudes and if there's no fire in the tea house or it hasn't started, it can be dangerous to get too cold. Just to go back to the advice thing, if I did it again, I'd probably double the amount of wet wipes I take. That could help sort of get around that.
So basically, it's mountain shower.
Yeah. You gotta, sometimes you gotta cop it.
Yeah. There was certainly more than a few cold showers that we had to endure, but yeah, you got to be quick with it, and just hit the important areas basically.
But not just like cold, like because some people are used to like a cold shower being this is water that should be frozen. Like so there. Yeah, I was planning on trying to wash my hair on the trip, and it just didn't happen because I was just far too scared of having wet hair, and it was just way too cold.
Oh, you didn't shower at Samago? They had hot showers.
Eventually, after the pass, I was able to find a place to have a hot shower, and that was good. But yeah, I wasn't game to do that with the cold shower. It was way too cold.
Okay. Eating with cutlery or eating with your hands?
Cutlery, I'm sorry to say.
I think we're too white.
Yeah. Burgers and pizzas are the few exceptions. Wings,
Yeah.
Maybe here, like, I don't know, unless you have a really strong stomach, cutlery is perhaps
Did you
safe.
try eating with your hand?
Some of the bread.
The Daal Bhat?
Daal
The
Bhat?
bread does not.
I don't think I could do Daal Bhat. No.
No.
So I think you can try it today.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think our way of eating the Daal Bhat was a bit different because I think, Sazan, whenever I saw you eating, you'd keep it all separate, but we just sort of mixed everything in, mixed it up, got a spoon, and just got stuck in. Yeah. So, yeah.
We got to note this down for our next podcast because you guys are lucky. The next time we have foreigners here, we need to bring in Daal Bhat and watch them eat.
Daal Bhat test.
Just to see. Okay, of the three of you, who has the stinkiest feet?
I think there was one night my socks were airing out. They were pretty bad. I was trying to rotate the woolen socks and I had to dry them. And
I think we're all up there.
they're probably a tie.
We didn't do an inspection of each other's feet. You didn't get too close. So, yeah.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. They weren't great.
Yeah, none of them were good. Definitely none of them were good.
Did you guys ever try like the garlic thing, like for altitude and stuff?
I did try the garlic soup. I thought that was a really interesting experience. I wasn't sure at the start if it's like, is this for altitude sickness or they're like vampires in the mountains the garlic or something? But yeah, no, it was a good soup.
There's like this, I mean, it's not really a superstition. I feel like it's something that you can use in Nepal. I think people do this. Like if someone faints, apparently you're supposed to make them smell your socks and then they'll wake up. So whoever has it, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's my favorite. Using the toilet in freezing temperature at 3 a.m. in the dark, or doing it in the daytime while there's a long line waiting outside.
Give me the long line. I don't care.
No, I'd rather no one banging on the door. I hate it. I hate being rushed. I can't.
Yeah, I'd probably take the 3 a.m. I think. Yeah, just because then it's freezing, but you can just relax as much as possible.
The trouble with it, Dharamsala, the toilet was icy, so much so that it was slippery, and that's not a combination that you want.
Ice spikes.
Yeah. So yeah.
We're newcomers to squat toilets as it is, so you know it's all a learning experience.
Did you wear your crampons to the toilet?
Could have been the play.
Yeah, that might have been special. Yeah.
Okay. Act like Sajan. Give us an impression of Sajan.
Well, you have to check out his Instagram for my impression of Suzanne. I did that.
Show us. We can put it in the video.
So yeah.
Come on, Jack, you're ready. You got the glasses.
Yeah. Put the glasses on.
Okay, guys. So today we're gonna have an easy day.
Yep.
That's bad.
Yeah, we picked up a few little phrases, Sazan phrases.
Yeah, I think easy day and okay will be sticking around for me. Next time things are going rough, I'm going to say, don't worry, easy day.
Easy day.
Easy day.
Yeah.
We were going to ask you what, like, if you learned any Nepali words, but I think, no, we didn't. So let's teach you one.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
So if it was anyone like me who was struggling during the trek, I would teach them Pugyo. Pugyo means enough.
Pugyo.
Like Pugyo, you know? But since you guys said the first 3 days were easy on you, I think the word that's perfect for you is zum zum.
No, we did learn this, right? Or
That's like
Zum zum.
jum.
Jum.
We learned jum, which is like let's go, right? Yeah.
So zam zam is like, let's go.
Shiraz, our assistant guide, would say that quite a bit.
Okay, since you know that one, I'll teach you another one. Sazilo cha. Sazilo means easy. Cha is like a particle. So sazilo cha means it's easy.
easy.
Okay,
Sazilo
that's a good
za.
one.
Sazilo.
Sazilo.
Sazilo za.
Ah, right.
Very good.
or something like this Babal Ramailo Bhayo.
That's like next level.
I did a little slower, maybe.
So it's like Babal Ramailo means it's like had an good or very good time, good experience.
Babal is like rad. You know?
Rad, babal.
Like Babal is like rad, and like Ramailo means fun. So it's like, Babal, Ramailo, like, so much fun, man. It's rad.
Crazy day was another good one.
Okay, the last question to cap this off, controversial perhaps, on Daal Bhat or barbecue?
Is this directed at us because
You're Australian, yes. Actually, I picked this question out.
Barbecue.
I'll be honest, like I've enjoyed Nepalese food, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking forward to my own kitchen. I'll tell you
that. Yeah. I did miss meat, I would say. A little bit, but Daal Bhat is good. It is good. I would say get Daal Bhat if you're hungry on the trek.
Yeah. No, I think Daal Bhat's very special. I think maybe one day I'd like to learn how to make it. But barbecues are good too, like Australian culture. I don't know if I can just sit in the middle. Maybe both. You could have a barbecue and Daal Bhat.
Barbecue Daal Bhat, yeah.
Yeah, barbecue
Can we
Daal Bhat.
choose it?
That's a good combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our tarkari is like the vegetable or the meat that comes with Daal Bhat. It's very versatile. So you could possibly have like a Daal
I
Bhat
think
barbecue
so, yeah.
mix.
Some bread rolls.
New business idea for you guys once you guys
Yeah,
go back to
yeah,
Australia.
possibly,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can add
Restaurant.
that to the menu where you guys eat more.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much for your time. It was amazing meeting you guys and hearing about your experience and finding out how different, like considering everyone's experience can be, even though we went on the same trail. First 3 days were easy for you. It was not easy for me. I mean, I hear so much good stuff about Sajandeep. I bet he's been an amazing guide for you guys.
Yeah, he really has. He's done a great job.
Yeah, I mean, we have never been on a podcast, and if it wasn't for Sazan being a great guide, I don't know still how he got us to say yes to this, but it's been really fun. So yeah, thank you for having us. And
Yeah, and thank you for picking Magical Nepal, of course.
yeah, definitely. No, we'll be back.
We will certainly be back. Would recommend it to anyone.
Absolutely.
I actually don't know how to close this. Thank you for watching.
I think it was great having you guys booked with us, enjoying it, and see you in near future. So this is it for today.
Yeah.
And this is all for today. This is our first time doing it for the whole 6 people. So there's been some mistakes. There's been some learning opportunities, I guess, for everyone. So
Maybe with my microphone.
oh yeah. So I think it's a wrap up and then good day for everyone.
Cool.
And after hearing all these experiences, if you want to make your own, then you know where to look for us. Magical Nepal.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
That
I want
was
to give myself a
bang.
point for that
That's
one.
bang.
Thank you. Thank you.